Good morning. It's breakfast time. And we're fixing bacon. I've got some of those potato and ham patties here that I'm going to heat up to go with my egg and my bacon. Breakfast, y'all. Fried egg. I got bacon cooked. I got toast fixed. And I'm heating up my ham and potato patty from the Deep Depression. There we go. I've got my toast with raspberry jelly. I've got bacon. I've got ham and potato patty from the Depression era heated up. And I got one fried egg over easy. That's a good breakfast right there. And I didn't have to do that much to fix it either. Look at that. Give you a better look at it down here. Don't that look good? And I got my coffee over here ready to go. You can see they're on my side of the water line. They came over on my side. And the cop said there was nothing I could do, which is a lie. They're taking at least a foot of my property right there, which is illegal. They're a foot on my side of the water line. They're just going to let them do anything they want to do. Because they got a nice, big, fancy, expensive house, and I've got a mobile home. I've lived here for over 40 years, and they're going to let these builders come in and steal people's property. I wanted to give you an update on my garden, how it's doing. I've still got a lot of plants living. My cabbage, of course my onions and my garlic are going to live all winter. Got onions over here, garlic. You can hear them over next door. They're putting a fence down over there, jackhammer running. I still got greens growing. My tomato bushes here are gone. Onions. My garlic here. My asparagus plant. I need to get me some more asparagus is what I need to get. My greens. I got eggplant still producing. Look at that. Pretty eggplant. Just not big enough to pick. Tomatoes still blooming. My peppers are still producing. Look at that. And I went ahead and pulled those up that were in my grow bags because I thought it was going to freeze. And then I left part of my peppers just in case it didn't freeze. I could have left all of those and still be getting peppers off of them. But oh well. Let's see my tomato plants. I cut down some of the tomato plants because the wind was blowing, but they're still trying to grow. The eggplant there, tomatoes. Tree collards. I got 2 pots of those out here. I cut my okra down, but it's still growing. Tomatoes. My lettuce. And I left these bell pepper, and they're still producing. You see the peppers. I put stuff in the greenhouse because I thought it was going to freeze and destroy my aloe vera, but you know, because aloe vera doesn't like it if it's below 40 degrees. So I put wandering jew, coleus. I've got a basil plant in here to see if I can keep it through the winter. I leave the door open if it's not real cold because I don't want to have to move everything out and then move it back in. But it doesn't look like we're going to have freezing cold temperatures anytime soon. I got 2 fig trees that I've been hesitant on planting because, you know, they don't like it if it's a freezing cold weather unless you can cover them. And I figure if I plant them now, they don't have time for their roots to really get established. And I'm afraid they'll freeze. So they recommend that you put them in a heated greenhouse if it gets below freezing. So that's why I've left them in the pots. And you can see my pepper plants are still alive. I've got cherry tomatoes that's loaded down with tomatoes. I've been out here picking them and eating them. Pretty little tomato. My tree collards, those cuttings. And my sweet potatoes are dying because it's getting too cold at night for them. Got tomatoes here. Oh, I'll leave them. I don't want to pull them all off. The little Roma tomatoes. They didn't get very big. My Egyptian walking onions. See the tomatoes? Still got tomatoes here. Got one there. My eggplant is still producing. Look at there. That's that Casper white eggplant. Right there. Putting out more here. Egyptian walking onions there. I've got my strawberries covered, but I watered them today with my compost tea. They like it in there shaded. Still cool. And here's my lettuce. I probably need to pick some and make me a salad. Look at that lettuce. Isn't that pretty? It don't like the sun. As soon as I got it covered. And there's turnips in here. I checked on them the other day, and they're trying to head up, but I don't think any of them are big enough to pull yet, so I'm going to leave them for a while longer. I think this is garlic. It's garlic or onions, I don't remember, but I planted both of these little gray totes in onions or garlic. I'll know when it produces anything. And there goes a pepper. Here goes my strawberries. And I've got some starters in these pots that they're gone dormant already. The other strawberry plants haven't. But see, I broke some of these peppers off and they're growing back again. My Rose of Sharon, I still need to move it somewhere else, get it out of the sun. My rose bushes are doing good that we planted. See there? My peppers are trying to produce more. Right there. It's a little orange one there. My little barrel cactus. And my rose bushes here are still looking good. Both of them. So that'll conclude this little up-to-date. All my mums, my rose bushes at the property line over there are doing real good. Crepe myrtles are doing good, especially this first one right here. That's the one we planted the beginning of the summer. And it's taller than I am now. Oops, almost stepped on little buddy. And here goes my mum's blooming. Look at that, isn't that pretty? The rose bushes are budding up again. They're trying to bloom. My mums that I planted out here have bloomed, and the blooms have died. They're fixing to bloom again. They just haven't bloomed yet, except for the purple ones right there. I got a bunch of marigolds up there in the top of the fountain. And little buddy's following me. Look at there. Isn't he sweet? Isn't he a sweet kitty? He's a sweet kitty. Yeah, he's a sweet kitty. Well, I'm going to conclude this little video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Oh, I did want to show you these up here. My potato vine is still barely alive. And that tomato plant too. That volunteer tomato plant, look at there. It's got tomatoes. Look at that. Tomatoes on it, y'all. My amaryllis. It bloomed already. I don't know that it'll bloom again. But it might. My coleus here doesn't like the cool nights. My caladiums don't either. They're dying back. That's the reason I put some parts of the coleus in the greenhouse. And I've got a couple of cuttings in the house that are starting to get roots on them. I've got them in water. They're real easy to root in water. So if anybody has a coleus and they want to keep it for the winter, you can break a piece off and root it in water real easy.